welcome to Scott's Inverts. I'm Scott, these are the Inverts, and today we are going to be rehousing our Pterinochilus murinus, the OBT orange bitey thing. They're from Africa, they like it warm, they like it dry. But we bought ours probably about 4 weeks ago now. Within a week she started molting, so she molted out. This is the enclosure that she came in, which just is not good enough, is it? Not one bit. So we've left her a couple of extra weeks just to harden up, have some food, all the rest of it, all good. But what we're going to be putting her in now is this plastic enclosure, cheap and cheerful. Remember guys, you don't have to spend a lot of money on enclosures if you want to keep spiders. This one is not going to be a display piece, this one is going to be for breeding. So in the wild, these guys have actually been observed to live in burrows. They've been observed to live like similar to how a GBB, Chromatopelma pubescens does, where they web up around the bottoms of bushes and create like a web castle which they live in. But then they've also been observed to live up in the trees in the hollows. So I'm going to try and recreate that in here somehow. So we have got a male coming, but I want her to feel as comfortable as possible. So yeah, let's get on with it, eh? Guys, I just want to show you this awesome banner that the enemy has bought for me, which I can now use on top of the table, which is absolutely awesome. So massive love and respect to the missus. So this is Levington's topsoil going in now. We're going to do roughly 50-50 with this and Koya. But that's the Levington's, going to just breaking it up now, and then we're going to add a little bit of sand. I'll probably put about 2 or 3 handfuls of sand in there. That's the reptile sand that's going in there. A little bit of a slow-mo for you, just because I was having a bit of a laugh with the editing, but in it goes. And then once it's all in, what we do need to do is give it a good mix around. But now we're going to put the cocoa in. So there's the Koya. So again, that's 50-50 with 2 or 3 handfuls of sand that are whacked in there as well. And once you've got all that in there, it does, like I just said, we need a real good mix around. So get your hands in, get nice and dirty. It'll go all behind your fingernails and everywhere, but it's for a good cause. The OBT that we've got, she is quite a big girl, and she is absolutely beautiful, as you will see in just a couple of seconds. But just keep going with that. The Koya that went in is ever so slightly damp, and so was the Levington's. But we pad it down, not too much, because remember that spider could be digging down into there, so don't compress it too much, just to make the spider's life a little bit easier. That is absolutely perfect. Now we've got the bark now. What we're going to do with the cork bark is position it in the middle. It's got the entrance at the side there, so she can go in there or go across the top. Remember, what we're trying to do is create it so she can actually web up around the base of it, so she can attach web from the base to the sides of the enclosure, or if she chooses to, she can ignore it and just go and straight down into the burrow, or she may even go inside the cork bark and make her little house right in the centre. And finally, we're going to put the water dish in. We're going to top that up in just a second, just when it's in. But what I'm going to do is once a week I am going to fill that water dish right to the top and let it overflow just a little bit into the enclosure. Now let's have a couple of close-ups of the spider, and then you guys can watch her go in. guys, that was the Pterinochilus murinus rehouse into her breeding box. Pterinochilus actually begins with a P, but it's silent. Why is it silent? Do any of you guys at home know? Because I haven't got a clue. I don't see the point of the P being there, and I would really like to understand why it's there and why it's silent. If you do keep these at home, the OBT, I'd be really grateful if you could tell me how you keep yours and down in the comments. Do you keep it terrestrial? Do you keep it fossorially or arboreally? It would be very, very interesting to find out. But yeah, she is in there waiting for her male. Also let me know if you think she's going to burrow. There's probably about 6 inches of substrate. There's the cork bark tube. Now what I did do off camera, do apologise, I should have said this at the start of the video, is when you put your cork bark in there, always try it with the roof, the lid of the enclosure, to make sure that enclosure is going to shut properly. Unfortunately I did have to take this back out again and take about ½ inch off it. Luckily the spider wasn't in there. But my God, she is an absolute beaut. The patterns on her bum are absolutely gorgeous, as you can see. Now mine is the red colour form. There are other colour forms that relate to their localities. We will be covering that in a future video, so bear with me. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing, as it does really does help me out. And as always guys, we shall see you again on the next one. Remember